Burrowing owls have carved out a special place in human hearts. They're small, they're round and fuzzy, they have big eyes, and unlike any other owl, you can see them perched on the ground in the daytime all day long. They lead a fragile existence. Development for profit has destroyed most of their wilderness breeding habitat. Their numbers are in steep decline statewide. Last winter, Cesar Chavez Park visitors were very lucky. As many as 12 burrowing owls visited the park between October and March. 2 of them stayed on for the winter season. Expectations ran high in the fall of 2019 for a repeat, but October went by and November without a single owl sighting. There were fears that we would have another no-owl winter as we did in 2017 to 2018. But then on December 4th, veteran owl docent and raptor expert Mary Malik spotted a burrowing owl in the meadow of the nature area on the north side of the park. The owl is sheltering beneath tall, dry weeds. It held this spot for 4 days running. An owl in this northern meadow was news. In the recorded history of owl spotting in the park going back to 2011, there's no record of a burrowing owl ever settling in this meadow. Why did it pick this spot instead of the water's edge on the north shore, where nearly all the owls had perched the previous winter? In late October 2019, unknown hands vandalized the tall vegetation on the north side's water's edge. The cover that the birds had relied on to hide them from hawks and dogs was gone. Not a single owl was observed in this area during the 6 months of the owl wintering season. The owl in the meadow disappeared or sheltered in place for about a week. Then on December 15, park visitor Charlotte Bauer saw and photographed a burrowing owl in the owl sanctuary in the northeast corner of the park. It shows the mouth of a burrow barely 10 feet from the decorative fence that surrounds the area. This was a very nervous owl, and for good reason. Its spot was dangerously exposed to human and canine traffic on the paved perimeter path. After 4 mornings, it disappeared. Was this the same owl as the one in the meadow? One owl looks much like another to human eyes. An owl, or the owl, was spotted again in the northern meadow toward the end of December, and on more than half the days of January, always in the same spot. It perched between the mouths of 2 ground squirrel burrows with a ditch connecting them. It could easily duck down out of sight or dive into a bunker. The meadow owl showed itself almost every day in February and early March. Hundreds of park visitors saw it, some with the naked eye, most with the help of binoculars or long lenses. For many park visitors, it was the first burrowing owl they had seen in their lives. It last showed itself on March 17. Most of the owl visitors in the past migrated back to their breeding grounds up north around this same time. Will the owl be back this winter and bring its friends? It probably depends in large part on how secure it felt. The owl had no trouble handling the obnoxious American crows that came over to pester it. The owl went beak to beak with a male Cooper's hawk, a bird that hunts other birds, and sent it packing. The owl first pushed back against and then made its peace with the ground squirrels whose burrows it had borrowed. But there's nothing the owl could do against the dog owners who allowed their animals to roam in the nature area, even though the area is posted off-limits to people and dogs. The Parkway partition fence between the dog park and the nature meadow only went up after the owl had already left. We may never see another burrowing owl in the park, but we may get lucky and see more. If we do, let's try to remember that owl watching is a two-way street. We watch them, but the owls also watch us.